I've been working on supercomputers for a couple of years, and I don't know if you guys recall, there was a and I wish I could find it. I think it was a Business Week article. The headline was "The Supercomputer Crisis." There was a time when supercomputer companies were able to stay alive, and you could build Crays, and you could build convergent machines, and you could build ARC computer machines and stellar machines and thinking machines, and there were all these pyramid, there were all these supercomputing companies that had enough economics to create supercomputers. And then all of a sudden, the monolithic supercomputer came along. It's called the CPU, and it became impossible to compete against a cluster of CPUs. The supercomputer industry died. The CPU itself is terrific from a commodity perspective, and as a result, when you create a cluster, which is a collection of commodities, you could deliver good performance because it was so cheap. Nobody ever said that it was so efficient and so fast. It was just incredibly cheap. Well, as it turns out, the single most expensive thing now is space and power. And the maintenance of those hundreds of thousands of cheap things is just overwhelming. People want supercomputers again. And so CUDA, GPU computing, and we have a brand new product called Tesla that we've rolled out to the marketplace. And the supercomputing community has clamored onto it. And I think we're going to see a democratization of supercomputers. We're going to see these homemade, if you will, or even desk-side OEM-provided supercomputers that are $5,000 and that are many times the performance of a supercomputing cluster. And it's going to make it possible for every scientist and every researcher to have a supercomputer to advance their research. I think, when I wake up in the morning and I think about that business, it's not a $100 billion business. It's a $10 billion business. Okay? Is it big? Sure. Is it infinitely large? No. But is it important to humanity? Unbelievably. And that geeks me up.